After you're done with your business ideation, you can start working on your break-even analysis. And that's where you really get into the nitty-gritty of your costs and your expenses in your profile. So let's actually start with the expenses tab. And this is a good place for a student to click on the Guide Me. The Guide Me section, they can read about what they're looking for in each of these, and it'll move through and say, fill this out, think about this. As you're going through it, make sure you're considering this. And it's really, really helpful for those entrepreneurs that don't have that business background. Also here you see there's this helpful resources link, and that's where it's going to go out to some of our integrated resources, if you subscribe to them, to give them more information. As I'm thinking about a break-even analysis, maybe I want to know a little bit more about what that means. So I can just click on this Preparing a Break-Even Analysis, and it's going to take me out to Small Business Resource Center and give me more text about that information. Just like any Gale product, I can then send the article to Google Drive, I can print it, I can email it, I can do all of the things I could normally do with Small Business Resource Center, but it's really targeted to when I need it throughout the process. Next, I'm going to move on to cost of goods sold. And so maybe I don't know what cost of goods sold are. And so I can, again, click on this helpful resources and maybe read the Scrutinizing Your Costs to give me that explanation. I can also, too, click on Guide Me, and it's going to tell me what each of those things are, what I should put in where. Come out of that. In my demo account here, I am opening up a coffee shop. So I have my coffee, my tea, the drink of the month I'm going to make, the cookies, and my personal favorite, the Rice Krispie treats, because every coffee shop should always have Rice Krispie treats. I'm going to put in the cost that I have to spend to make those things. And then I'm also going to add in a sales price. And then that margin is going to be calculated off of those two different values that I've entered. I can also add additional costs if I decide I want more products. Or I can just, keep it as it is and move on through the product. Next, I'm going to go to capital, and I'm going to think about what equity do I have as I start my business, or what debt am I taking on as I start my business. Here again, I don't need to know anything about those things. I can go back to my helpful resources, I can read about them, or I can have the Guide Me's walk me through why I need those things in the product. Next, I can talk about sales. What do I expect to sell in my first year of my business? What kind of growth percentage am I looking at? And as I move forward, what kind of growth percentages am I looking at maybe in my first year, in my second year, in my third year, in my fourth year? And the tool is actually going to do that math for me, but it's going to guide me into adding in that content, which is really going to make for a stronger business case when I get to that stage. And lastly, I'm going to create a report, and that's going to actually show my break-even analysis. Based on the costs that I've entered, it's going to show me how is my cash on hand. So it might be increasing here in the beginning, and then based on the things that I've entered, it's starting to go down in FY21. So I need to maybe take a look at that, figure out what I need to do to get my sales revenue up over my operating costs in those later fiscal years. I can also click on Table and add in more values over those fiscal years so I can really start to address that. And I can see that it's going okay in FY18 and 19, but in FY20 and 21, it's starting to decline. So what do I need to do to make that a stronger business case?